Mwah. What's up, YouTube? Poor Man Podcast back with another video. This is the Kenya edition, all right? Y'all know I've been in Kenya since February 28th, so a lot of the videos I've been putting out are a little older, so you will hear me saying 10,000 subscribers. I didn't expect to hit those goals so quick. We have a new goal, though, all right? So before I get to the video, I got to do the YouTube stuff. The goal is 20,000 subscribers by June, all right? It's a crazy goal. It's a big goal, but it's my goal. All right, the only way I'm going to get to my goal is if you give me the HBO special. Do you know what the HBO special is? That's the Help a Brother Out special, all right? So go on and help a brother out and hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. I'm going to give y'all a second to do that. All right, now let's get to it. What's this one? Hooking up with my beta male best friend. Let's see what they got to say about this.
What's up there, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. I want to talk about beta males and fear. I think I'm going to stop calling them beta males and call them inferior men, okay? And I might use it interchangeably. Do they get laid?
Damn, I'm not even... They say red pill community is hard on quote-unquote simps and all these other names. I'm not even that hard. I'm not even that hard on beta males, quote unquote. Good Lord, she already started off the rip. Let's go and continue the video. My bad, y'all. I ain't trying to interrupt.
Well, it depends. It depends on that individual male, and it depends on the circumstances. So then the next question is, have you ever had sex with a beta male? Yes, I have.
Wow.
I'm not ashamed either. Let me just say this. Let me explain. Let me explain. Now, for those of you who are not aware, and you probably take issue with the term beta male or inferior male, let me give you this guy's characteristics.
Okay, y'all, before I go further, I do want to cover this because I might forget it if I go too far without talking about it. Notice how she laughs when she says she has sex with a beta male. All right, women know these things innately. It is laughable to them. When you are a simp, when you are doing all these things for no reason just to impress a woman, you become laughable. You become another resource instead of a considerable person for a life partner. Men, for some reason, just don't get it. Maybe they need to come watch more Red Pill content. Some men will just never get it, I guess. All right, but you see how her response was to even talking about a beta male. You're laughable. You become a joke. All right, get your stuff together. All right, man up, learn to have standards, set your standards, all right, and know that you're not gonna do backflips for a woman because there are plenty of them out there that'll gladly let you lead the relationship. Let's continue the video. I just had to say that because it really gets on my nerves when men think that being a beta male or being this guy that says, oh, look at that guy, he's the bad guy, I'm the good guy. And you think that that's gonna get you some play because you're not willing to compete. No, you're just gonna get laughed at. And that's just nature. That's just how the game works. Let's continue.
He was very shy, very quiet, very obedient.
Big one.
What do I mean by that? Now, by the way, this is when I was in college, okay? So my diet and my attitude was totally different. I'm hungry. I want some chicken. Okay, I'll go get you some. You want some dessert with that? Yeah. And every time I was hungry, I would go to this particular man. We'll call him Charles.
Boom.
I will go to Charles, and I know Charles can always feed me, no matter what. Charles had a car. Charles would take me anywhere I needed to go. He would do all these things in hopes of getting the yum-yum. All right? Of course, I didn't respect a guy like that who always was there at my every beck and call. Okay? And I would just see if he had any fight in him. Like, I would basically, humiliate him, talk bad again, talk. Well, I would say a lot of demeaning things towards him.
Good Lord.
And he would just sit up here and either agree with me or just stay silent. No pushback whatsoever. So you see what I'm saying?
Laughable. Do you understand what I'm saying? Every time she talks about characteristics that a lot of women say they want in a man, a good man, every time they say they want a good man, they explain these specific characteristics. And every time they say toxic masculinity, this is what to avoid for men. Those are men that they're actually having sex with. You become laughable. You become a joke. You become a free meal. You become a sponsor instead of a boyfriend or instead of a husband, whatever you may want to be. All right. And it's always like this. It's always the opposite of what they say they want. She just described the man that she set of her dreams, of any woman's dream. You ask them to explain the man of their dreams, they're going to say a man that'll go out and juggle for me. A man that will stab himself in the stomach and lie in a puddle of blood so I could step over his back to preserve my heels. That's the guy that they say that they want. All right, but every time you hear them talking about these quote-unquote beta males and laughing at them, they're explaining the guy that they said that they wanted. Don't be that guy. Set your standards. Let's continue the video.
He is submissive. He's an inferior man. He's a beta. This is what I'm talking about now. Now you were thinking like, Tree, what the hell? Why would you open your legs to some guy like that? Okay, remember, like I said, I made a lot of my mistakes. I don't regret them in college. And I think a lot of us, a lot of men and women do a lot of dumb things in their late teens and their early 20s. You get a pass, okay?
You don't.
Thing about this guy is
really
that,
don't.
you know, he was always there.
There are
for me
always
to talk
consequences.
to, and he was put in the friend zone immediately. And he was handsome. It's not like he was unattractive. He was very handsome. He was just a beta. He was just submissive. Okay? It was just he worshiped the ground I walked on and did everything I wanted to do that. And of course, women get off on that after a while. They love, we love, well, we not anymore, but we love the fact that we can control men in that area and everything and just have the strings. Like, I'm gonna make you dance for me. Anyway, getting back to how we had sex. So he's been a friend of mine in the friend zone for, I would have to say, at least a year. Anyway, we go out to a club, he and I mean, we had a ball because we ran into my friends. So we had a ball, and I mean, we had a good time. Now,
this is
my friends, not knowing that Charles was submissive, was pleasing, over-pleasing. He catered to everything I wanted. You know, although he was attractive and he had a nice body, I just didn't respect him as a person, you know, as a man, not a person. As a man, I didn't respect him. But my female friends did not know this. They just see a nice package there. And they kept asking me, hey, you getting with him? What's up with you and Charles? I'm like, no, he's just a friend. Girl, no. And they couldn't understand, like, you have not banged this guy? So they were like, okay, we gonna go for it. I'm like, girl, do it. He wouldn't. Out of loyalty for me, a woman he was never going to get a chance with, well, until then, he was so loyal that he turned down my friends, and two of my friends were way, way better looking
Wow.
and attractive, better bodies than I had at that time. And he turned them down, and it made them mad. And it was like, I can't believe you got that boy hooked like that. And for some reason, my mentality at that time just turned me on. I was like, oh my God, you turned down my best friend, one of my best friends, but two of them who are perfect 10s. I'm serious. They were perfect 10s. These women were gorgeous. They had all kinds of popular guys going after them on the campus compound. And I was so turned on with that. I had sex with him as a reward because, you know, he elevated me in my woman's circle because he turned down my female friends that no man would normally turn down.
Look at how she's looking at things. It's so calculated. All right, let's be honest. Let's be completely honest. I'm not the guy, all right? I'm not trying to be that guy, but she's not exactly a looker. All right, and from the looks of it, she still doesn't have no ring on that finger. That's why she keeps trying to lay out disclaimers. This was me in my college days. All right, I'm different now because you're putting this out there to the world and you don't want other guys to start running away for the hills like they already are because you're probably close to 30. You're probably there. You're close to the wall, if not over it or running through it at the moment. So you're telling the story to uplift yourself, to say you've had options, this and this and that, but we know the truth. All right, you're this is a beacon call. All right, this is I'm the baddest one out. I can still do this and this and that. All right, she treated this guy horribly. A guy that will do anything for you and is loyal and is attractive, said by the horse's mouth, said by her. She said he's attractive. That's what she said. All right, but it's still not enough, guys. It's not enough if you let people walk over you. Nobody, no woman, and I have to talk to men because, of course, some women are bad. There's just bad behavior out there. We could talk about that all day, but what we have to do is start relying on self-accountability. The only thing you can do is take self-accountability so you stop being a victim to everything else that is going on around you, because there will always be bad things going on around you. Take the self-accountability and reflect on the situation. Say, what could I have done different? Maybe I shouldn't have gave her everything she wanted. Maybe I should have did something with the friend. All right? Because that's where it takes you. Because he's allowing this woman to walk over him, and she loses respect for him. No woman wants a man that she can walk over, regardless of what they say. None of them. 0 out of 10. Well, obviously, the ones that are super uber powerful and they want to be very masculine, those women do actually enjoy the very weak men, so they could become the men in the household and then, walk over them and say, I'm a powerful woman, this and this and that, because they have a beta husband and this and that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, any woman that's feminine, they don't want no man that they can walk over. Because what do they need him for? Other than what he can provide. There's no point in giving him the sex. Let's continue the video.
For me. And I guess, and that put me in a different light in their eyes. But they just didn't know what Charles was a beta, baby. He was just in love with me. And that's all that is, dude. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and the sex was good. Actually, it was. And we had sex several more times.
Still wasn't enough.
Unfortunately, it ended bad. My fault. I was totally to blame, because I did break his heart, because I end up, he thought we were in a relationship, which we weren't. But I didn't make that obvious. Like I keep saying, this is when I was in college. I was back then I was a girl. Now I'm a lady.
Yeah, guys.
I'm totally different.
A girl then.
I have a different mindset back then, in college. My undergrad, not my, post alma mater. I think that's what the term is. When I went to get my master's. Okay, I was a totally different woman then than I was, in college. I was a little girl, still had a little girl head mentality. Anyway, I did not specify that we were monogamous. He was monogamous with me, but I was not monogamous with him. And he found out. I was just pretty cold about it, and it broke his heart.
Yeah.
And that affected our friendship. I guess that was the day he grew some balls, because he never dealt with me again. And he transferred to another school. I think he went to Savannah State. So, but look at the circumstances that happened for us to have sex. And, I did take advantage of this guy, and I only had sex with him under those conditions where he made me, he turned down because I was in a group of 6 of us, maybe 7 of us.
Wow.
And like I said,
Such narcissistic behavior. I can't even explain. And this is the behavior that is promoted. It's told that this behavior is okay. And it's because ladies, they grow up and they believe from 18, all right, when you hit 18 as a man, you automatically are thrown into the harshness of reality. No one cares about you unless you can provide. No one cares about you unless you show results from 18 on as a man. All right, women, they get this time of plushness because this is the time where they're valuable. So as soon as they hit 18, life is still like when they were a child. They don't learn how to become a human yet. They don't learn what life actually is yet because they're spoiled. Everybody is agreeing with them because they're either a woman, and women always agree about everything, or they're a man and they want to have sex with them. Everybody is agreeing with them. I'm going to say it again, because they are women or they want to have sex with them. So they just get this life where it's everything you say is right. You can never do any wrong. Everything you say is right. You can never do any wrong. And it takes till you get to the wall where you realize, oh, a lot of the things that I did was because I was self-absorbed. I thought that I was more important than I actually am because everybody around me, when I was valuable, made me feel more important than I actually am. The problem is you do that. You have those phases, those narcissistic, quote unquote, hoe phases. And then you expect on the other side to be able to shoot a buzzer beater and get the nice guy that you rejected back when you were 22. There's no ring on her finger. Where's the ring? She's lifting up her left hand. I'm looking for the ring. I don't see the ring. Charles, he's off. All right, hopefully Charles is out doing better things, doing bigger, better things, still staying fit, still staying healthy, getting money and drinking water. That's what I like to call it. Get money, drink water. HBO, H2O. Hydrate and motivate. Hopefully he out there doing his thing. He learned his lesson from this situation when he got his heart broken, when she decided to cheat on him. Yes, and I will say cheat on him because if he's providing everything for her, it wouldn't be a big old surprise for him to think maybe we're in a relationship and I can expect some kind of, monogamous agreement here. And she's still laughing at him to this day, even though she's beyond that age. And this may have been the guy that she could have been with, the guy that she said is attractive, the guy that she said would do anything for her, but that's not, and even had good sex. And it's still not enough. I try to tell dudes, you let women walk over you, you will be alone. You will be sad because women don't like a man they can walk over. What do you want me to do? That's the you want a red pill? That's a red pill for that ass. All right? Yes, sometimes it's your fault, my man. Unfortunately, sometimes you need to get your shit together. Sometimes it takes for you to go and work hard and build your own self up before you can go out and pursue some of these women, because these women ain't ready to commit to you before you have the resources nowadays. That's how it is now. Resources first, girl second. For most men, that's how it is, unless you're an insanely good looker or good at finessing, or maybe funny. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe you could sneak in there and get some pity. Let's continue the video. It's about the end of the video. We're gonna wrap it up and give final thoughts and do all that. Let's go.
Two of the girls out of all of us were always getting the top tier men during that time. So when you have this guy that they wanted and they couldn't get, and because he wanted me, yeah, man, that puts me at a high regard in a top tier in their eyes. And, I rewarded him with it. And like I said, I wasn't in love with him. I still treated him the same way, except that we were just having sex. So I think beta males, submissives, inferior men get lucky, and they do get put in those situations where they do get to have sex. So they're not incels. All betas are not incels. All inferior men are not incels either. These men do get lucky. Okay, it just depends on them, their characteristics, their sex appeal. It just depends on a lot of other things. Like I said, Charles he looked good on the outside, was just dumb on the inside, and I wasn't attracted to that. So yeah, I in conclusion, what I want to say is that don't automatically assume that just because a guy is beta or he is inferior or he is submissive that he has not had sex and that he can't get women. Hell, I know a lot of inferior people, a lot of inferior men on YouTube who are married with kids.
Okay, that's the end of the video. It's maybe about 40 seconds left. Blah, blah, blah. Don't want to hear it. Closing thoughts. Okay, whatever. Charles, go out there and do your thing, man. All right, hopefully you learn from this lesson. Hopefully we can give this lesson to other guys. All right, hopefully y'all can learn y'all lesson from this. You can become red pill from content. There are two kind of red pill guys. Some guys get this kind of thing done to them. Some guys are like Charles, where something like this has to happen before they become red pill. And then there are other guys that can learn from other people's mistakes. All right? Why learn from your own mistakes when you can learn from other people's mistakes? You got to start sharing this message. We got to start putting this stuff out there so that other men can see this. Do not do everything that your woman wants. Do not, don't compromise your values for another human being regardless. Never compromise your values. It takes a certain amount of integrity, and integrity is attractive. Confidence is attractive. And that's what it takes to stand on your moral values sometimes, especially in a time where there's 3 women around you telling you what you got to do to be a man, and this is what a real man would do. Sometimes it takes a lot of integrity to stand on your values then. And that's when you should do it. Sometimes it takes a lot of integrity to stand on your values when you have a very attractive, what appears to be a feminine woman, and she wants you to do some stuff. All right? Every now and then it's going to take a big old no. Every now and then you got to say no just to make sure they know, just to remind people that you still have that option, just to remind yourself that you still have that option. All right, women like her are going to exist. People like her are going to exist. People who are willing to take advantage of you and not care. It's a cold world. People will watch you starve and die on the side of the road if you are a man. And that's just the harsh reality of being a man in 2021. All right, if you don't go out there and get, this could be you. This is a very harsh reality that I see a lot of dudes go through because they want to appear to be the nice guy. They want to say, oh, I'm not like all the other guys. Those are all mean guys. Come mess with me. And she's right. Yeah, you maybe will get some play. Maybe you'll get some pity pee, if you know what I'm saying. Some pity putty. We'll call it some pity putty. Maybe you will get some pity putty. All right? But what? You going to get your heart broken at the end, just like my man Charles. And hopefully he learned his lesson. Hopefully we can send this message out to somebody else and help them learn their lesson. Till next time.